If you haven't subscribed already, ring that bell to get notified when new movies are posted. Chris Young here from HomeKit Geek. If you're interested in picking one of these up, please do me a favor, check in the video details, and there will be a Amazon affiliates link there available for you to use if you'd like to support me in creating more content. So today we're looking at the Vocolinc Flower Bud. Vocolinc claims a HomeKit first with this product by releasing the first HomeKit compatible humidifier slash diffuser, and it is just in time for the winter months here, which is awesome because the humidity starts to drop fairly significantly. This is a Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, 16 million colors nightlight is included. It is an ultrasonic diffuser with 300 milliliter capacity of water, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is going to be enough to cover and humidify perhaps a small room, but more importantly, if you're using the essentials oils and the diffuser aspects of this product, you're just going to be fine with that. So this is not using steam. This is using ultrasonic diffusing capabilities to kind of turn your essential oils, your water, into a mist. So one thing you do want to be aware of here is you probably want to be using distilled water if possible. Otherwise, you might actually just be taking the chemicals and impurities in your water and just putting them into the air so you can breathe them, which we don't want to do. So that is something you're going to want to watch. This is a beautiful product. I'm really, really happy that Vocolinc has produced this, and they've taken some design elements, which I kind of like. Hopefully you guys will too. So before we get started, I want to show you guys a few photos of this to see and give you an idea of what you're getting into. As obvious from the name of the product and the packaging, you can see that it takes its inspiration from the shape of a flower bud, which is kind of cool. You can see at night here, this is a kind of a diffused lighting. So this is a white plastic piece, which we'll show you a little bit more on that. And this also allows us to do some, the 16 million colors. So you can see here, I've got it in pink, I've got it in purple. You get an idea of what this is going to look like in real life. It kind of gives a really nice, soft lighting, not overly bright. Let's get to the unboxing. So this is a bit of a larger box here, Flower Bud Smart Diffuser, Vocolinc, pretty clear. And right on the box, right down there at the bottom, you can see it's got the shape of it and Apple HomeKit support, Madam A from Amazon, and Google Assistant. So you've got the three major ecosystems all covered here, which is pretty awesome, right? You don't have to make a choice, which I personally really like, that if I want to move away from Apple or I want to use Madam A or Google Assistant as my voice assistant, I can do that, and it will work across all the ecosystems, which is pretty awesome. So back of the box is the Linkwise the image capture here, so you can get an idea of what the Linkwise app is. You're going to be able to use any HomeKit compatible app. This is also available for Android. And of course, you can see all the things. So you've got voice control, you've got the ultrasonic, the humidifier diffusing, multicolor. You've got some of these specific Vocolinc things like the ability to breathe, flash, those kinds of things, scheduling. All of it really nice, solid product. So we will speed this out to get it out of the box. And so one of the things which I'm really kind of digging, I've been in contact with Vocolinc directly. They are very concerned about making sure that their customers are happy, right? And right in that box, in the instructions there, one of the first things they say is like, hey, if you got any problems, let us know, contact us. So for me, it's been a really good experience. They have been helpful. There is support available on Instagram, on Facebook. Obviously, you can contact their support directly as well. So pulling it out of the box here, you can see it is got this white plastic piece. You've also got the base of it, and of course the plug, right? So the base is going to be, again, this white plastic. It doesn't feel cheap. It's fairly solid. The diffusing aspect of the light, I actually kind of like. It's got this soft glowing, and because of the opacity, the thickness of the plastic, you're not going to get a solid color coming out of it. You start to get these color gradients. So currently, this is a North American product that I'm looking at, right? You can obviously see that by the plug that I'm looking at, and it's nice. Again, they've planned for this for multiple regions. I'm just going to snap this in. I'm assuming the adapter will work in multiple regions. You're just going to have to snap in the appropriate plug for wherever you happen to live. So get that snapped in. So taking a look at the base here, you can see you've got the HomeKit code right on there. I'm kind of covering that up. You've got, of course, the little fan in the bottom, so it's going to help push the air up. You've got the manual controls, and opening it up, you've actually got this max line as well, so you know not to overfill it, right, which is an important thing. So I do like that you've got the manual controls here, just in case you need them. In case you want to turn it off, you can adjust not just the diffusing, the humidifying aspects of it, but also you can adjust the lights directly from those controls as well. So one of the other things looking in the box is this cute little container that allows you to fill it with water and carry your water over so you don't end up spilling water as you walk around. So it's not a big deal. We all have glasses or water bottles or whatever, but I just think it's a nice little touch that Vocolinc is going that extra mile to try to make their customers happy and provide a full rounded customer experience. The Vocolinc, the top of it as well here for the flower bud, you can see I can turn that around so I can adjust exactly the angle that it's going to come out and the shape of the flower bud. So I can get a straight on angle or or kind of a more of a rounded, depending on what I want. So I have some control over the aesthetic here. So I'm going to turn this on quick and turn the lights off so you can see this. The flickering you're seeing is due to my camera. You do not see that flickering in real life at all. If I pull this off, obviously you're going to see that there it is, all that wonderful ultrasonic steam coming out. Or I guess it's not steam, it's just water. But gives you an idea of what the product actually is going to do. Again, do not worry about the blinking. That's totally normal. It's the camera. So one of the things that I like to do is to use the Apple Wi-Fi settings to be able to transfer the settings over. Wi-Fi is kind of a funny thing, and there are some recommendations sometimes to turn 5 gigahertz off. That is not always necessary, but sometimes it can help depending on the access point you have. One of the really hard things about doing wireless in this case is that you really never know what's going to be on the other end. So the recommendation to turn 5 gigahertz off short term may help you move over and get there. This really isn't a problem with the Vocolinc products per se. This is more of a problem with some of the older wireless and kind of cheap consumer gear that you'll see out there. So again, we'll go into here. I'll just turn the Wi-Fi off, get it to come back. That's one of the tricks if you don't see the Vocolinc flower button there right away. You click on that, you say, hey, what accessory, what Wi-Fi do I want to have this connect to? And that's really it. This is generally a foolproof way of transferring over your wireless settings. So if it doesn't work, don't be too upset or worried about that. No need to pull your hair out or anything. Turn it off, turn it back on. It's pretty much as simple as that. Try it again. Tech just isn't perfect yet, right? We're getting better, but you know, it'll happen over time. The other thing I will say is this is not a Vocolinc specific problem. This is something I've seen in just about every manufacturer who makes Wi-Fi accessories. So you know, that's not something that we can that I'm willing to take away points from Vocolinc on. So now we're going to move over to the Vocolinc app where we're going to add this in. So this is called the Linkwise app. And as you can see, it does work with Google Assistant, Madam A from Amazon, HomeKit. The one thing you're going to have to do is connect it to the Vocolinc cloud. So Amazon and Google, the way they generally work is they don't have a direct connection to the device. They have to connect to a external cloud system, which then controls the device. It's just the way their architecture works. Right, so we're going to go in here and click on Add Device. And again, I love that Vocolinc has done this. They have given the most amount of how to, you know, troubleshooting what happens when things don't connect properly than any other vendor out there. So I think they're really trying to make a big effort to make it easier for these products to be for regular consumers to put them into their house. So we're going to take the HomeKit code here, put it in. Doesn't matter if it's sideways, upside down, whatever. And now we will add this to our HomeKit house. So once it's added, you can see here that we've actually got 2 accessories, which is normal. So you've got the diffuser, the humidifier portion of this, which I will put in my office. It gets a little dry down here. And we've also got a mood light. So again, this isn't, it's brighter than a night light. It's not as bright as a full light. I'm guessing somewhere between 3 to 400 lumens in there. It's a mood light. It's going to just create some ambiance. And again, I don't know about you guys. I happen to like it. It kind of adds a nice soft glow to the room. When, you know, I just want a little color in my life, right? Pretty cool. So we're going to go down here and we've got the flower buds. It's going to be connecting right now. They've added some animations here. We can always go over to the user portion as well and see if there's a firmware update. And look at that. There is, again, I can't tell you guys how much I love seeing this when I get a new product and there's already firmware updates. Now, one could easily say, hey, why did they release a buggy product? But the reality is, if it's got software, it's got bugs, right? So the fact that they're actively trying to fix it on an ongoing basis is something I, as a customer, really appreciate. It tells me that they are committed to making my customer experience with this particular product in it for the long term, which is awesome. So we're going to do a little video magic here. Make sure you don't have to watch that. I have seen this fail before, just so you're aware of this. Don't worry about that too much. The internet is a very busy place. Just go through the update process again. I have never, ever bricked a device doing this. So if it fails, just come back, recover, try the process again, get up to the newest firmware, and you should be good to go. So looking at the flower bud now, we're going to be able to long press on it and get into more of the controls. And this is something that we're not going to see as much in HomeKit, in that there are some custom things that Vocolinc has given us here as far as how strong is the diffuser going to be, what kind of color, the brightness, all those kinds of things. And you get this nice graphic of exactly kind of what's going on with your device. So we also have the color wheel here, where we can change and modify the color to pretty much any of the 16 million colors available, right? You can see here that it's going to shift the color, which is nice. But the other nice thing that I really like about the Vocolinc app is that they've given us the ability to create schedules, right, to turn things on or off. And we also have some other capabilities around the lighting to do some of the effects. So you have a kind of a breathing effect. You have this flashing effect, which you might not want that if you've got you're susceptible to seizures or anything from flashing. You've got the smoothing effect, I think is what they call it as well, which allows it to kind of slowly cycle, and you can modify the colors that you want. So if you don't want it to go red, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, through that, you can modify the specific colors. So if you only want maybe the last three and you want to have this kind of cool mood set, or you only want the first three, or any combination thereof, it's really quite configurable here. You have the interval of when they're going to change, the overall brightness, right? There's a lot of just extra goodness they've put into this. So the last thing here, if we go into settings, you can link that to the Vocolinc Cloud, which will give you your Amazon Madam A or your Google Assistant. I don't know if you guys caught that, but you've also got the ability to have a target humidity level in here. So that'll allow the device to automatically respond. And then when we turn it on, let's see if we can capture this. So as we turn it on here, you will see that you get that visual indication in the app, which corresponds to what's kind of happening in real life. So I'm trying to do some little light magic here so you guys can see how much this thing is really pushing out, which is quite a lot. And if you notice over on the right, the flower bud is continuing to just cycle through these colors. So again, it's not a big thing, but it's something that I appreciate, is that extra step, because color cycling is not something we can do within HomeKit. That is a perfect segue to take us over to the HomeKit app, where we will take a look at the Vocolinc flower bud. Again, you've got the very consistent, we're used to this, it's just like turning on a light bulb, turning off a light bulb, or adjusting the brightness of it. You can change the humidity. This is going to change the target humidity. We've got the mode as well, which we could play around with, right? Is humidity going to be on or off? So is the device on or off at all? And of course, you've got, going into settings, current relative humidity. So it does have a humidity sensor built into this. And we also have the ability to go directly over to the Linkwise app, which is always good. I'm actually going to skip out on showing you how to change the color today, because it's the same way that we do that in HomeKit. It's what we know and love, right? Here we have the Brutella, the third-party home app. So I'm kind of giving you the characteristics that you have available to you. If you choose to do some of the more advanced automations, because those most likely will not be available in the Apple Home app. You're going to have to use something like the Eve Systems app, or buy a third-party app like Home or Controller. Again, pick your poison. They all kind of work the same way. They all work against the same database. For those of you who actually made it to the end, what do you think? Let me know. Right. Personally, I think the Vocolinc flower bud it's a first in this particular category, which is awesome. It does support Apple HomeKit, Madam A, Google Assistant, so it works across all my ecosystems, which is really nice. The shape of it, the color, I personally like. You might not want it everywhere in your house, but it definitely has a place where you could be using this. Other than that, you know the deal. Likes are always appreciated. Shares are always appreciated. Tell your friends, tell your parents. The more subscribers I get, the more it helps me to continue to producing content. And if you haven't subscribed already, why not click that subscribe button, ring that bell to get notified when new videos are posted. If you're looking at picking one of these up, I will ask you guys again if you would please consider using the Amazon affiliates link listed in the video details. And if you want to learn how to make your house just a little bit smarter using Apple HomeKit, please also check at the bottom of the video details where you will find a coupon code for my Udemy class. Thanks.